Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna be walking y'all through how I made Dead Soldier. It came out about 6 months ago. 2,000 views. Thank you guys so much. There's been a lot of amazing love and support, and I'm just honestly just glad to finally have it out because it took a freaking long time to make. I started writing Dead Soldier in, I want to say, June of 2024. And honestly, at this point, like, I was just tired of following the same formula that I had been following on this channel for the longest time. As fun as they were, I was just tired of making Spider-Man fan films. So I took it upon myself to tackle a genre that I have always been fascinated with since I was a kid, and that is horror. I freaking love horror. First, I think, horror movie I ever watched was Child's Play 2, and that movie scarred me for life. When I was a little kid, seeing that doll come to life, that freaking scared me. I was freaking traumatized. And then my grandma has all of the Halloween films, like the old Halloween films. She has all of those on VHS tape, and so I would watch those on her old CRT TV that she had, and I think that's what definitely hooked me onto like 80s and just like old style, old school horror in general. So yeah, horror. But originally when I started this film, the story was a lot different. I'm not gonna reveal the title for what that story was because I might still use it. It wasn't a bad title, but yeah, different story, different set of characters. It actually took place in the 90s, so that would have been fun to kind of actually like get to explore like an older like time setting, because Dead Soldier is like inspired by the 80s, but it doesn't take place in the 80s. If we had went with that route, we would have actually gotten to experiment with, you know, time zones and things like that. That would have been really cool. Yeah, it followed a young girl named Hillary who has asthma and is invited to a house party where a killer would be waiting inside. It was fun. It took place in the early 90s, but while a script was finished and a cast was set in stone, I ended up moving to Florida, so that idea got scrapped. For now. Because fortunately for me, that project never left my mind, and then I actually started a new draft that August. This time about a horror writer, and it would have been more psychological. I built a new cast of people and we were gonna shoot it, but that didn't work out. Then I rewrote the script again and we filmed that time, but I hated the footage and the story after the fact, so we scrapped it. Here's some test footage. You know, the footage was pretty shit, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm dying. Careful. Okay, right? Easy, easy, easy. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, why did you have to pack everything?
It's not everything.
Your room is basically empty, Sammy. It feels like you're leaving forever. Why couldn't you just leave in the morning?
I'm trying to get there bright and early. I want to establish good habits.
Good habits? You're gonna be driving all night.
Yeah, Britt, classes don't start until Monday. I just want to get settled in.
Why now?
Because this is a fresh start for me, a new life.
It's college. You're basically moving to one big school 10 hours away from all your friends and your family.
That was good.
This is a fresh start for me, a new life.
It's college. You're
Actually.
It's just college. You're basically moving to one big school that's 10 hours away from all your friends and your family.
I have been here my whole life. I have never left. Think of all the things the world could offer me. Eventually you're gonna be on your way too, you know. Eventually you're gonna get tired of taking care of mom all the time.
So you're just gonna leave everybody behind. So you're just gonna leave everybody behind.
All I've ever wanted was to be able to help her. And eventually I'm gonna be able to help a lot of other people too. I promised I'd come during the holidays, didn't I?
This is really important to you.
Yeah, it is. And so were you. And so was Mom.
You're gonna be a great nurse.
I love you.
I love you too.
Then film took a long break all the way until June of last year. I'm not gonna lie, I was at the absolute lowest point of my life at this time. And I was actually considering leaving it all behind, like just film everything, you know, in hopes to chase something that had more of a direction, if that makes sense. I guess as you get older, it's human nature to feel lost, or like you just don't know where the road is going. And I had to really question why I wanted to do this. You know, is it just to make, you know, Spider-Man fan films here and there, or is it because I actually have something I want to say, ideas I want to share to the world? So yeah, I was up every night writing that script. I wasn't worried about trying to perfect it like I was with all the other ones, because I knew, like, this movie could have been out a long time ago. We literally started filming in November of last year. Well, now 2 years ago, but last year at the time. We literally started filming, and multiple scripts were made, and it's just crazy how it took that long. But once the script was done, I got my girlfriend at the time to read it, and I printed, like, I think 2 extra copies, highlighted them to make them look pretty. Funny enough, the girl that I was originally interested in casting for the first script that I made ever for this movie was still on board to, you know, be in this movie. So we casted her as the lead. She played Reese. I met a cool guy at one of my high school musicals, and he told me he was an aspiring writer and filmmaker. And a few months later, I hit him up to play Nick, the poor guy who gets strangled in the bathroom, or in the back room. Mostly everybody in that movie was just friends from school, and just online friends, mainly, yeah, I would say. And yeah, we shot the movie. Finally did it. I spent the next few weeks editing and making the music on an app called Synth One. Making the music wasn't anything crazy. It was honestly just me pressing a bunch of buttons and just like changing like their pitch and things like that. That was literally all it was. I will say though, the audio that came out of the camera we shot with was just absolutely fucking horrible, like absolutely unusable. So I had an additional Lumix G7 with a Rode Video Mic Pro attached to it for the audio recording. Syncing up the audio later in post was annoying as fuck. But after hours of the editing timeline shifting back or forward by a few seconds at random, the movie was finally done. I don't think anyone else felt the relief I did when having this thing finally done. I mean, the idea literally stuck on my mind for months, and now it was finally out for people to see. And honestly, I didn't care who saw it. I was just happy to have it out. And I do plan on making sequels. In fact, I'm in the early stages of writing Dead Soldier 2 now, but in the meantime, there's so much more planned. The next film that is coming out is called Up Past Dark. We'll hopefully be starting filming next month. It'll be another short horror film. So if you enjoyed Dead Soldier, you'll enjoy this film as well. Up Past Dark and Dead Soldier are just the base plate for what's coming. There's so many ideas and so many new films coming, and so if you like what we're putting out, stay tuned because a lot more is coming. And yeah, Dead Soldier is out now. Thank you guys all for the tremendous amounts of support, for those who have supported it. If you have Letterboxd, rate the film, let me know what you thought, good or bad, let me know. More is coming, and keep creating, guys. Alright, bye.